So, today we're diving into a new map of heaven. It's based on a text that asks the simple question, where is heaven? And let me tell you, the answer it gives is anything but simple. We're about to journey through a cosmology with, believe it or not, specific coordinates, absolutely staggering lifespans, and a final destination that, well, it might be a lot closer than you think. Let's get into it. You know, it's a question we've all probably asked at some point. Where is heaven? But what if the answer wasn't just a matter of faith? What if it was a set of coordinates? The source text for this explainer doesn't just ponder the question, it actually provides a detailed map with a series of destinations. And it all starts with a core definition that's probably going to challenge what you thought you knew about the whole concept.
Okay, so before we can even ask where, we have to get on the same page about what. According to our source, heaven isn't just a place with pearly gates. It's a state of being, and it's defined by what's not there. It's freedom from the struggle for food, for shelter, for safety, for health. This idea of absolute freedom from want, that's the foundation for every single stop on our journey today.
All right, our cosmic tour officially begins now. The first and, the closest destination described in our source is a place called the Thousand-Year World. Just think of this as the first step on the ladder, just outside our own little sphere of existence. And get this, we're not talking about some metaphor here. The text gives us a specific number, 960 light years from Earth. It's a massive, almost incomprehensible distance for sure, but by using the language of astronomy, it kind of grounds this spiritual concept in a way that feels surprisingly real, tangible. Now, this is where it starts to get really wild. This world is 10 times the size of Earth, with a population of around 200 million people. But look at that last detail. The typical lifespan is 1,000 Earth years. Can you even imagine that? Planning your life in centuries, not just decades. That one single fact completely redefines what life must be like there. And of course, it's what gives this world its name. Okay, so let's keep going and see how this all builds. Our next stop takes us even further out, to a world that basically takes every one of those concepts we just saw and turns the dial way, way up. So if you thought a 1,000-year lifespan was impressive, brace yourself. The beings in this next world, the 10,000-year world, are said to live for about 35,000 Earth years. I mean, the scale of that is it's staggering to even think about. And this just brilliantly illustrates the progression, right? We're now 3,480 light years away, on a planet 16 times the size of our own. But what's really interesting is that the population is actually smaller, only about 100 million. So what you get is this picture of a vast, ancient, and maybe more serene world, where time itself just operates on a completely different level than anything we can imagine. So up until now, we've been traveling through space, right? From one point to another. But our final destination, well, it's not another dot in the sky. This is where the map kind of folds in on itself, and the whole concept gets really, really fascinating. We're going inside what's called the Elysium world. This right here, this is the key metaphor from the source text, and it's such a powerful one. It's asking us to stop thinking about distance and start thinking about dimensions. It's not far away in space, it's just on the other side of reality, a place you can't get to by normal means. So what does this actually mean? Well, the big takeaway is this. We're already there. According to this cosmology, the Elysium world isn't a place you traveled to. It's a non-material dimension that coexists right here, right now, with our own. Earth itself is already located within its realm. This completely reframes our entire place in the cosmos. The structure of this non-material universe is described with just incredible precision. Think of it like a giant set of Russian nesting dolls. It all starts with one massive thing called a law rotary galaxy. Inside that, you've got 3,000 rotary river galaxies. And then inside each of those, you have 3,000 more galaxies, like our Milky Way, and so on, all the way down to solar systems like ours. It's a universe built on a scale that is just almost impossible to wrap your head around. And this chart, wow, it really puts that scale into perspective. Within just one of those top-level law rotary galaxies, the text describes 3,000 macro worlds, 9 million medium worlds, and a jaw-dropping 27 billion small worlds like our own Earth. So we're not just talking about one heaven, this is a universe of universes. And believe it or not, the detail doesn't stop with just the numbers. Within this vast, non-material universe, the source actually lays out 10 distinct continents, each with its own unique name and identity. This just adds another layer of rich, specific geography to this incredible cosmic map.
So let's just zoom in for a second on just one of those continents, the Celestial Islands. It's said to contain 80 billion islands. And look at this breakdown. 30 billion are homesteaded, but 50 billion? 50 billion are currently uninhabited. It suggests a heaven that isn't just vast, but is also a realm of infinite potential, with so much empty space just waiting.
Okay, so after that incredible tour, all those specific places and mind-boggling numbers, the source text takes a sharp turn. It pivots to address a really fundamental philosophical question about the very nature of heaven itself. Is it a real, objective place, or is it just something we create in our own minds? This slide lays out the argument perfectly. On one side, you have that common belief you hear all the time that heaven and hell are just a state of mind, in people's hearts. But our source takes a firm, very different stand. It argues that these worlds are objective realities. They exist whether we think about them or not, in the same way a distant star exists, even if we never look at it.
And that brings our journey to a close. The text leaves us with this final thought. What seems like an impenetrable mystery, like the nature of heaven, might actually be something simple and clear, if only we had the right map to read it. So the question this explainer leaves us with is, after seeing all this, does this strange and incredibly detailed map make the heavens any clearer for you?